to me, once they get to the site, in organization of university settlement and the academic facilities. This is a
Let's move backward a bit. Give space backward. Let's just move a little bit backward. Let's also come this side.
to the university center. As they get
Since we will not be walking through those two buildings, we thought just appropriate to show you some glimpse of our research center as well. Some rendering picture is very good to have environment where patients and families can be supported. Very well-lit, good environment for our clinicians and for our patients.
With that said, I will now hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Nicholas, who served
Pro-Chancellor, Princess Zahra Al Khan, Princess Ali Muhammad Al Khan, Chair of the AKU Board of AKDN Diplomatic Representative, East Africa, Mr. Amin Mauji, Mrs. Janat Sulaiman,
changing land wherever.
We expect that the new hospital will open its doors in early 2028 and will offer disciplines from cardiology to oncology, neurosciences to maternal and child care. I'm also delighted that the Nakawa Specialty Center that we started 2 years ago on this site has been well received and has helped increase access to quality care to Ugandans.
Celebrate this great milestone in the company of His Highness the Aga Khan only adds to its significance. And we can't thank you enough for choosing to be here today in person, and also Princess Zahara, who was here as we broke ground for this project. We thank you. We thank you once again for ensuring that you are here today. As we mentioned earlier, this project is a product of a partnership. The NRM government has generously provided the university with 60 acres of land right here. The Aga Khan University provides the expertise, the experience, and together with her partners, the immense investment required for a venture of this magnitude, and we are truly grateful for this effort. While we are aware that the Aga Khan University is a private facility, I believe the university will continue to uphold His Highness's spirit of community welfare and service to humanity through this venture.
With an exceptional site for its campus, and for your steadfast vision and enduring support for this project. I also express my heartfelt appreciation for the enabling environment that the government of Uganda has created for the Aga Khan Development Network. Your Excellency, the decades-long partnership between the government of Uganda and the Ismaili Imamate has enabled our institutions to help improve the quality of life for all Ugandans across the country and across multiple sectors, including healthcare, education, banking, insurance, energy, hospitality, and manufacturing. Our commitment to international standards of excellence will, I believe, bring transformational impact to Uganda and to the region. It is a known fact that poor quality healthcare costs as many lives as lack of access to care. Moreover, despite spending years in school, countless young people acquire only a fraction of the knowledge and skills they are meant to. Poor health and limited education rob individuals of their potential. At this campus, AKU will invest in developing the potential of Ugandans. My hope is that ambitious young people and skilled professionals will not need to leave their home country to study or practice at the highest level. And many Ugandans will not have to travel abroad to obtain advanced health care. At this campus, we will be addressing Uganda's specific disease burden, genetic profile, and environmental context. We will seek to contribute to the development of solutions powered by new technologies such as artificial intelligence.
To His Highness the Aga Khan, on account of the death of your late father, who was a very good friend of ours, and who had been here not so long ago. We are very sorry that he died when he was still making a wonderful contribution to humanity. Secondly, there was some setback in the 1960s caused by policy confusion. By the time we came into government in 1986, that confusion was clear in our heads. It was clear that private sector, yes, you could have some parastatals here and there. We still have some, like the National Water Corporation and so on, but we privatized much of the economy. So therefore, that's how when we resumed our relationship with His Highness, it was with that clear vision. We returned all these properties of the private citizens, which had been taken over by the government, but also the properties of the institutions, like the Aga Khan. So where we stand today, I want to assure His Highness and everybody concerned that on the policy side, the freedom fighters in Africa are now clear. And the good thing is that some of us had good authority. Because what Africans don't like are puppets of foreign interests. If they think you are a puppet of foreign interests, they will not be happy with you, because puppets have caused a lot of problems here. But that was the advantage we had. Everybody knew our history, who we are, and when I gave you the speech, which I gave in Parliament here, when we were really having a strong argument about the way forward. What do we do? Is this good? Is this bad? And everybody is now clear that private sector is the correct way of building an economy. The government can come in here and there, but the main effort should be by the private sector. So therefore now, the investment climate in Uganda is good. There's some corruption, be careful there. And the weakness is that the investors don't report these corrupt people, I normally find out myself later on. So the investors, please, expose these corrupt people, the ones who want money from you, the ones who want shares in companies for which they don't have any contribution, expose them. Otherwise, we are ready and we can work very well together. We are also working with our brothers in Africa on the issue of market integration, because you cannot have economy or production without market. Where do you sell your products? For a long time, we have been struggling with the issue of market integration, and we are really moving. There are still some problems, but they will be overcome, because logic is on the side of rationalization. And part of the rationalization includes market integration in Africa. So I'm very happy to be here with Mama and with His Highness to commission this university center. Congratulations, Aga Khan, and I thank you for building this world-class center where the classrooms are digitally connected and they are using high-tech for education so that you don't have to do all the other manual things we used to do in the past. We are also happy about launching the hospital, which we groundbreaking, which we will start building. That will also help. Will also help in health care. Even whenever I would be in Tanzania or Kenya, I would hear. I never went there, but I used to hear Aga Khan Hospital, Aga Khan Hospital, Aga Khan Hospital. Even now, many Ugandans go to Nairobi in the Aga Khan Hospital. So I thank you and congratulate you for those two institutions, the university and the hospital. I want to thank the Germans. I didn't know the Germans were involved. Germans, bravo, thank you so much. On the issue of health care, I want now, our scientists are coming up and we are discovering a lot of solutions for human health. Our people seem to have discovered a medicine for diabetes for the first time, where diabetes can be cured for the first time. Diabetes has been a big problem for humanity. Our people seem to have discovered medicine for cancer, with these cancers, which have been causing problems. Our people seem to have found medicine for malaria, in addition to the quinine, which was found long, long ago in South America. Our people now have a solution different from quinine to malaria. Even myself, I know quite a number of solutions for human health, and I've been encouraging the government to take them up. So therefore, since you are interested in health, I thought I should let you know that. If you want, we can cooperate on that side also, if you are interested in that area of this indigenous knowledge, working on it to turn it into modern forms which can help the whole of humanity and do it cheaply and decisively, not this one being on drugs all the time. So that you get a total recovery from those sicknesses. Now, finally, I would like to, when our late brother, His Highness Khan, was here, I gave him medals. I would now like to give similar medals to His Highness. And I now call Mwache Nani. You go on the microphone and make citation on how we should give medal to His Highness and members of the family.
And step in the arena of the investiture for honor of this country, which is the most excellent order of the Pearl of Africa, Grand Master. East Africa of Aga Khan Health Services, Aga Khan Education Services, Aga Khan University. Today, many of the African countries are afforded access to healthcare and education services of a world-class standard through these institutions. Princess Zahra is a renowned global advocate for improving maternal health and child care through the Aga In line with the National Honors and Awards Act, Cap 173, His Excellency the President of the Republic that are prepared and equipped to meet the future challenges and needs of the local population and global population.
In a world facing climate change, Aga Khan University chooses a different path. Across 6 in Karachi, solar panels prevent over 2,000 tons of carbon emissions each year. A new solar water heating system at the French, in just 1 year, it has saved nearly 1 million liters of diesel and over 2,000 tons of carbon emissions. Our commitment extends further. Across borders, the spirit of reduce, reuse, and recycle is stronger than ever. In Karachi, NAS-led mobile bins are actively cutting incineratable solutions, shaping a sustainable tomorrow. Even behind the scenes, change is happening. In Pakistan and Kenya, who now receive sustainability training with every order. At the heart of AKU's environmental commitment, tree. In Matiari, just outside Karachi, Pakistan, we explore how local plants can both nourish communities and regenerate landscapes. Yet vital knowledge to address Pakistan's urgent insecurity in the face of insights from AKU's research fueled classrooms, shaping ethical leaders who see healing the planet as part of their profession. The Arusha Climate and Environmental Research Center hosts the Institute for Educational Development in Pakistan, creates educational resources, shaping how the next generation understands and interacts with the planet. From studying biodiversity to assessing soil and land health, AKU ASA is at the
Published in March 2022, and its vision is to be an internationally recognized and indigenous communities and elders have, plus practitioners that are working in the industry of livestock.
For activities related to development of sustainability practices. Nowadays, predictable weather.
During my experience here, it has pursued my decision on my career on climate and environment. Therefore, looking ahead, I will be committed in building a resilient and
MOUs with national universities and international universities and key research agencies in Tanzania, including Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology, based in Arusha.
It is possible. Let us celebrate with a round of applause ourselves. University Hospital, Kampala, Uganda. Before we begin, we would like to recognize His Highness the Aga Khan, Chancellor of the Aga Khan University. The Honorable and First Lady our Deputy Speaker of Parliament and the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa,
Prince 100 Ugandan graduates. For the first
Thank you. I think there is a Lugandan expression that says, blessings. And so I think we can declare
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The Secretary of the Presidential Awards Committee, Hajat.
Uganda gains access to well-qualified nurses, midwives that provide essential care, contribute to policy reform and national health care systems. The Aga Khan Development Network actively partners with the government of Uganda and other institutions to develop localized programs to support the training of teachers and the development of education systems in Uganda. And the Institute of Human Development, which has been a lead in the development of East Africa. At the Aga Khan University, Princess Zahra has demonstrated
Since we will not be walking through those two buildings, we thought just appropriate to show you some glimpse of our be supported. Very well-lit, good environment for our clinicians and for our patients.
I believe they will go into that location, sign those documents, signifying the commencement of construction of the University Hospital. With that said, I will now hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Nicholas, who served
the construction of your Khan University, Kampala. Khan University Hospital. Key signatory to the agreement, Parliament, Right Reverend Honorable Thomas Taiwa, His Highness the Aga Khan, Dr. Sulaiman Shahabdi. We are honored to have with us at this momentous First Lady, Honorable Janet Museveni, Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Jane Luther, Pro-Chancellor, Princess Zahra of the Khan, Princess Ali Muhammad of the Khan, Chair of the AKU Board of...
We would like to emphasize or let you know that as we expand our campus right here in changing lines wherever.
serve generations who will live not for themselves, but for you and for the good of all people. With your favor, sustain it with your spirit, and grant that this work bears fruit for your glory. We ask this in the saving name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Do you want to stand over here?
And I serve in the capacity of Business Development Manager and Operation for the Aga Khan University Hospitals in Kampala.
And I am Gitonga Mbijiwe, the Aga historic occasion. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the Aga Khan University. We thank you for joining us in celebrating residence and the commencement